What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and Neil Druckmann is finally apologizing. Not for what he did during The Last of Us Part 2, not for how he treated those characters that we cared about, and not for the way that he treated people, fans of his, who had criticisms of this game, when he labeled them bigots, labeled them ists, labeled them foes, all of these other things. No, Neil Druckmann is apologizing for a tweet that he had to delete, that there was a lot of backlash for, and in the end, it may backfire in a big way and be a major loss for Naughty Dog, and it will be absolutely hilarious if it goes the way it looks like it's going. Take a look at this. This is just like 30 minutes ago. I was going to make a very different video until I saw this tweet, and he deleted the one that I was going to talk so much about. Neil Druckmann, my tweet was meant as a joke, RE trolls, but it just added fuel to the fire and made it seem like I'm against criticism. Well, stop right there real quick. Like you're against criticism? We know that you are, Neil Druckmann. The way you have behaved the entire time shows us that you can't take criticism. The fact that we have reports from people who worked at Naughty Dog during that 70% staff turnover between Uncharted and Last of Us 2, who left because Neil Druckmann could not see anything that wasn't the way he wanted to do it. It was his way or the highway, so a lot of people left. We know that. We already know that about Neil Druckmann. I should be better than that. Taking it down, my bad. Now, what is he talking about? What tweet did he have to take down? Well, Jeff Keighley put this out. This was yesterday at some point. This was yesterday morning. This is it. The final round of the Game Awards Player's Voice. 5 games remain. You pick one as the winner. Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Doom Eternal, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Vote now for your pick. And you can see The Last of Us 2 is leading by a decent margin over Ghost of Tsushima. We'll get into some of these funky numbers in a little bit. But for right now, when this happened, Last of Us Part 2 was leading by a good chunk, to be honest with you. Neil Druckmann decided to retweet that. Now, again, it's since been deleted, but we got screen caps, don't worry. Last of Us 2 fans, activate! As a bonus, for every vote you cast for The Last of Us Part 2, a hater loses their caps lock. Now, Neil Druckmann has been trying to do this for a while. He tries to drum up his fan base because he knows how rabid they are. The Last of Us 2 fans are like K-pop stans. That's basically who they are. They have these fan cams, they will create different accounts, they will spam, they will hashtag, they will do everything they need to do to make it seem like the entire internet loves this game, even though we realize that's not the case. When you look at the sales, when you look at the Metacritic scores, when you look at the reaction people have had to this game, you know that's not the truth. But this tweet right here had some big ramifications. Look at some of the responses to this. This is embarrassing. This is from a guy who has 400 followers, right? This has got 31,000 likes so far. He's talking about Neil Druckmann's tweet, and he's comparing it to the other people that are part of the Game Awards, these other finalists. Look at this, and I think I actually have this one pulled up. Greg Casavin, let's see. It's amazing to see our big little game going toe-to-toe against the gods, though Hades turned out the way it did thanks to the support of our players in early access, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised they've carried us further still. Thank you all. Thanking the people who love this game and voted for this game and their fans. That's what we see for Hades. Well, what do we see for Ghost of Tsushima? Thank you so much for all of your support so far. Ghost of Tsushima is now in round 3. Please take a moment to vote. Again, Sucker Punch saying thank you to their fans. While Neil Druckmann, on the other hand, is being an asshole, is being a dick because that's who he is, because he is trying so hard to set this narrative that people love this game, and he's trying to use people, they're trying to rally them against the haters in order to do it, because he knows that this is a farce. He knows that the vast majority of people aren't loving this game, that they have to artificially create hype for it. That's what they tried to do. Just a few days before the Game Awards, for some random reason, right? PlayStation decided to release a Last of Us Part 2 trailer for Abby's story. What is this, 5 months after release? Because they're trying so hard to make sure that they get every single vote they can. They want to have a sweep for the Game Awards, including the one that's just the player's voice. It got absolutely ratioed to hell, 59%. You look at the IGN Mirror, it got absolutely ratioed, 8.2 to 12K down votes. Destroyed, because guess what? People don't actually like this game, and even the people that are Neil Druckmann fans, that consider themselves fans of this game, had a problem with his reaction, what he was asking. Basically say, oh, stick it to the haters, guys, in his little asshole way. Look at right here, someone that replied to that initial tweet, which is now deleted. Not a hater, very much a lover of Last of Us and Naughty Dog, but the game's narrative has big problems and reducing serious complaints to haters is dumb. Someone else right here, Punished Alex. This is why people dislike you, dude. Just be thankful to the fans that like your games and stop feeding and creating fuss with the haters. Hades and Ghost of Tsushima are way better games for me. I can see the quality of Last of Us 2, but I didn't like it. So now I'm just with the haters. So there's a lot of backlash. But the most important thing, at least to Neil Druckmann, and the reason that he deleted this tweet, make no mistake, there is a reason he deleted this tweet. This is not because of anyone calling him out. This is not because of any of the replies. It's for one reason only. And that's what happened. That is what happened to the voting after he tweeted it out. After he tweets this out, this poll where Last of Us Part 2 is at 43%. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what has happened since then. After that happened, take a look here. The race for the Player's Voice of the Game Awards has tightened. Last of Us Part 2 now leads 39% to 36% for Ghost of Tsushima. Very interesting. Well, what happened just a little bit later? Welp, down to 1 percentage point difference. Last of Us 2 at 38, Ghost of Tsushima at 37. Well, now he started panicking. He started panicking because he realized that he may have activated the haters, the people who may not have cared, in any way, shape, or form, that now might not want Last of Us 2 to win, or activated the people who he's shit-talking their games, Ghost of Tsushima fans. I've talked about it. Ghost of Tsushima is definitely my game of the year, and I actually voted for one category. The one category was this one, and if you take a look right now, Ghost of Tsushima is winning. Ghost of Tsushima has came and taken over this lead from The Last of Us Part 2, regardless of Neil Druckmann trying to activate the Abby stans and the Ellie stans and his weird fan base with their pronouns in their bios. Ghost of Tsushima is now leading by a pretty big margin, and I think a lot of that is due to Neil Druckmann. That is why he deleted this. That's why he's apologizing. It was going to be fine. Last of Us Part 2 was probably going to go away with the victory because of their little weirdos creating accounts. But now you have awakened a beast, right? You have reminded so many people of why they hated Last of Us Part 2, why they hated your reaction to The Last of Us Part 2, and they are now going out there and voting. How many people are voting specifically against Last of Us 2 or for Ghost of Tsushima? I can't say. I can tell you that for me, Ghost of Tsushima is definitely my game of the year. At the end of the day, I don't think these fan awards really mean that much because they can be so easily manipulated. But it's going to be really funny if this does backfire. If Ghost of Tsushima wins like it should, and it's all because of what Neil Druckmann decided to go out there and say. This is on a week, you keep in mind, this is on a week where Naughty Dog announced that he is now co-president of the studio. So they went from having a president and Neil Druckmann being the vice president to now having two co-presidents, Evan Wells and Neil Druckmann, and two vice presidents. That's not really anything. This is a virtue signal. That's not really a fucking promotion. He has basically the same responsibilities that he had before. Now he's just called co-president instead of vice president. It is an absolute farce, and I think it was to try to have this air of look at everything he's done. This game was such a success. Even when you look at the stacks and stacks of Last of Us Part 2 sitting there. We know that that's not the case. We look at the Metacritic score. We see how many people despised this game. It truly divided the fan base. It is not deserving of some player's choice for Game of the Year because, quite simply, the players were incredibly split on it. And it does make me wonder how much shenanigans was going on in the beginning. Because I replied to Flash when this first came out and Last of Us went to this big lead when they brought it down to only 5 games. I thought that was strange because when it was 10 games, Ghost of Tsushima was the winner. More people voted for Ghost of Tsushima than anything else. And then they reset it back to 5 and all of a sudden Last of Us 2 jumps up to a really high lead. Probably because of the weirdos, because of the cringe Last of Us 2 fans who months later will hate watch my videos. They'll get upset about the merch. By the way, merch will be in the pinned comment below. Fuck Naughty Dog. These people are going to lose their minds if Last of Us 2 doesn't win this award because it's very important to them. It's very important to Neil Druckmann, which is why he had to apologize. This is hilarious, and if it does go the way that it's looking now, you get what you fucking deserve, Neil Druckmann. You decided to be a pompous little ass about it, and you activated this very same people that you were trying to hate on. So, congratulations. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.